So what you say and what you shouldn't say can make all the difference in the world when you're talking to an insurance claim adjuster, both on the phone, anything you do in email, and when they come to your house to inspect it. Let's talk about this. So who am I? My name is Mike Keeler. I'm a licensed public adjuster in the state of Florida. I represent people that have a variety of claims from roof damage, water damage, fires, pipe, plumbing issues, anything to do with the homeowner's claim and your homeowner's insurance, condos, townhomes, commercial buildings. So I'm here to give you some educational tips, information, and help guide you through the process and let you know some of the pros and cons and pitfalls and what you should and shouldn't do to help you through your claim. So when we talk about some things that you shouldn't do, if you've seen some of the tips in my other videos, I'm not a big proponent of using the phone. All right. I actually discourage it. Some people feel more comfortable doing that. Nothing's documented. I don't like talking on the phone to anybody with the insurance company. I'd rather use email. Brief paragraphs by email. When I say brief paragraphs, I'm talking 3 sentences, get to your point. That's a paragraph. All right. Now, when you're calling in your claim, they're purposely going to ask you questions. They strategize on this. They have a template for the customer service people of what they need to ask or what they should ask, because they're trying to set you up already for a denial of your claim. So a lot of times they're going to ask you what different rooms, what happened, all kinds of questions. You're better off saying, especially a lot of this happens with people that have water leaks. I didn't know my water leak was there. I didn't know it was there for a long time. Those things are going to get your claim denied. So you're better off saying, we're still trying to find out. I'm really not sure. I'll have more information in a couple days. These are things that you probably should say to put you in that safe zone rather than committing yourself, trying to guess. Also, online is the best way to file a claim if possible. Usually there's fewer questions, sometimes depending on the company. And then we're going to talk about what you should and shouldn't say. And there's a couple videos that I have in the very next slide so that you can refer to these. Find them and watch them if you are underneath pressure from the insurance company to go ahead and give a recorded statement. So here are the videos that I speak of. So this one is insurance recorded statement questions, what questions to expect and how to answer them. And the other one, should you give a recorded statement? So when they come to your home, we're going to talk about what you shouldn't say, and a couple other pointers here. So most of you guys work, right? Most people work during the day. There isn't any reason you need to be there. There's nothing special you're going to be able to. Let him do what he needs to do. If you can find someone else that can be there, do that. Don't take off of work. Don't make anything special if you're doing something during the day. There's no need. There's nothing in policy saying you need to be there because people work. You have other things going on in your lives. Have a neighbor be there, a friend, a family member, right? Let them do what they have to do, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why for that. If you can videotape it, that'd be great. That's what I prefer. It's optional, but you can videotape his inspection. But one of the main reasons this happens all the time. All the time. It happens so much during Hurricane Ian. These guys lie. Claim adjusters constantly lie. They lie on the damage report they do, on their estimate. I can't tell you how many of them said that there's hardly any damage to the roof and the roof is halfway torn off. That's a form of lying. They're being dishonest. So if you're there and they're at the home, this gives them a great opportunity. I I see it again. I have no reason to tell you otherwise. If you look at all my videos, I try to be as real, transparent, and open with regards to this stuff. Just to forewarn you guys and prepare you guys for the worst. So they're going to lie and report you told them something if you're there at the inspection. If it's a leak, they may say that you told them it was long term. If you have damage from the hurricane, they may say that the roof damage from rain, not the wind. I've had clients call me and tell me later on after they had to hire me because their claim got denied, Mike, I never told the adjuster that. They'll give a report and a reason why the claim was denied in Florida. So you have to give a coverage determination letter. And they're like, what the heck? We never told them that at the inspection. I have no reason. Why would these people lie? But the adjusters lie. Okay? Do they lie all the time? I don't know. But I can tell you probably every adjuster has lied. How often? I don't know. The scary thing is when you do it once, you end up doing it twice, you end up doing it 4 times, you're doing it 8 times. And then it's just something that you just regularly do in your normal course of business and you don't even think twice about it. You lose a conscience and you realize that you think that people are always trying to pull one off on you. And you think that it's your job to protect the insurance company at all costs, even if that means you lying. It's a dirty business, and I see it a lot. Also, we see it during their depositions, because remember, if we have to file a lawsuit, we get the opportunity to depose them. And there's a lot of lies that they do during depositions. So this is why you need to be careful in some situations. This is why I'm making this video. Like, comment on this video when you have a chance, and subscribe to the channel if there's something interesting you have a comment about or a question. So let's go over a what you shouldn't say list, if you will. A lot of this is both by phone if you're talking to these people, which again I discourage, or if they're at your house. Don't try to guess that stuff. Okay? Don't try to guess when something happened or how it happened. If there's something that you have with a plumbing issue, right? Some of the questions they have you ever had these pipes replaced before? Have you ever had a water line replaced underneath this kitchen sink, right? Who did your plumbing before? You don't have to give any of this information. It may not even be relevant. You giving any type of information, being a little bit too talkative, can hurt you, because they could go back and try to get those documents, but it's really irrelevant. But they'll try to make some bullcrap case out of something that was 5 years ago for plumbing. So previous damage, there's no reason to bring it up. It's irrelevant. If you know they are not your friend, then there's very little to talk about when they come to your house. Let them, they're taught and kind of trained, the field guys, try to befriend them, the homeowner, be nice to them. Don't tell them we're not going to cover it. Come here and do your job and get out, but be very nice. Make it look like that you want them to trust you. Remember, I was an insurance adjuster before. It's been years and years ago, but some things never change. Automobiles are still made from 40 years ago to now. Some of the process changed, but there's still automobiles being built. It's the same thing. I was an adjuster. Some of the same things still exist. They're time tested. So if someone else is there at the inspection, they can't lie about what you said. They can't make things up because you weren't there. Be at work. No reason to take off work. Okay? So the things you shouldn't say, remember, whether it's on the phone or them, water, you don't want to talk about anything long term. Roof, Nothing to do with rain. Rain isn't covered, people. Plumbing, there's no issues before, right? Especially if you didn't have issues before. Issues, even if you did have before, might not even be related. Why bring it up? Let's say a year ago you had a clogged pipe. What does that matter, right? So don't talk about that. I don't know how long the leaks were there. I don't know where the leak is coming from. Okay? These are some of the things that you just shouldn't say. Let them figure it out. Now, if it comes to the point that they want to bring in an engineer who's going to screw you, another plumber, anybody that the insurance company wants to bring to your home to then decide is only there to protect the insurance company. So if you don't know how the leak got there, if you don't know where it's coming from, you be proactive and you hire your people to fix the problem. Don't allow them to send their devious, evil, quote unquote, contractors or experts or whatever they want to call it. Engineers, plumbers, roofers, you name it, they got them all that they hire. And these people know if they do not protect the insurance company, they will not be hired again. So just a little bit more info about the inspection, but yeah, what they tell you at the inspection, you're going to hear a lot of crap. You're going to hear a lot of crap. People hear all the time. Don't worry, we're going to cover everything. Okay? Get a few estimates. We'll take a look at it. We'll consider it. We'll get this taken care of in a few days for you. This means absolutely nothing. Again, you're what I tell you before, how they're trained. No conflict, right? No issues. Don't get in an argument with the insured. You're not supposed to bring up anything regarding coverage. All of this means absolutely nothing. Over the last few years, everybody, we should have learned. Look at the poor people again. I'm going to refer to the Hurricane Ian. It's just amazing, the lawsuits. So what they tell you at the inspection, take with a grain of salt. So let's talk about some of the things you can say to them. And you should say to them. It's okay. All right. You can tell them, hey, I never had issues before. Plumbing's been fine. Electrical's been fine. Roof has been fine. Water's been fine. If you don't have issues, tell them. Never had issues. Right? You have a water leak. Hey, this just happened suddenly, out of the blue. My pipes broke. Water came from a water line, broke. Roof from a storm got damaged. There's a lot of wind. Just happened suddenly. Okay? Same thing, roof. Listen, I've had no previous issues with the roof. I had no leaks. There's no repairs. One of the biggest things is, listen, you guys approved the policy. You knew my roof was 25 years old. Okay? There wasn't an issue when you signed me up. There's a bunch of different things on what you could play off of this with regards to the roofs. So anytime they try to bring this up, remember they gave you the policy. There was no issue. Even if you had the policy 3, 4, 5, 8 years. Okay? Never had issues with it. So water and mold. You always got to make sure nothing is related to long term. You could tell them, no, listen, this isn't long term. It just happened. Happened suddenly, out of the blue. Well, how did mold just happen suddenly? Well, if you're in Florida, it takes about 24, 48 hours for mold to start to build up. So if you're in a warmer house, even during the summer, you have some cooling. Because of how hot it is, it only takes a few days for mold to start to build up. So that's not an issue. So these are some of the things that you're okay bringing up to them in an email. Okay, if you happen to be talking to them over the phone, or if they come to the house. These are good things. These are things that can help. So let's wrap this up. What you should and shouldn't say to an insurance claim adjuster. Always choose email, in my opinion, rather than any conversation over the phone. They'll say things that you want to hear, but there'll be no commitments behind it. If you're going to be home during the inspection, don't befriend the adjuster, no matter how sweet he appears, no matter if he's from Georgia or parents owned a pecan farm and you love pecans. It doesn't matter. Keep the small talk at a minimal. Walk away. Walk away during the inspection when he's at the house. Remember, they're trained not to be confrontational even when they will underpay or deny your claim. They're going to say anything you want to hear because they know in the end they've got you as soon as they walk out that door. Maybe record the inspection. And in no way should you ever trust an insurance claim adjuster. Thank you for watching this video. Again, my name is Mike Keeler. I'm a licensed public adjuster in Florida. If you have a question or need help with a claim, here's my contact information. Thank you.